Now we'll look at how a quadratic equation relates to the graph that we just made. We're going to start by changing this quadratic equation into graphing or vertex form. So our first step is to move the y term to the other side of the equal sign. So we're going to subtract 8y from both sides. To create this binomial squared, we need to complete the square. We need to make a perfect square trinomial. So negative 8y is equal to x squared plus 8x plus some number plus 24 plus the opposite of this, so that we aren't changing the value of the right side of the equation. Remember that the number that goes in this blank to make a perfect square trinomial is half of b, so 8 divided by 2 squared. 8 divided by 2 is 4, squared is 16. So we've got to add a negative 16 to keep our equation balanced. We've added 0 to this side of the equation. So we've got negative 8y is equal to a binomial squared plus 8. And here we create this binomial by factoring the perfect square trinomial. We've got x plus 4. Okay, we need to isolate y. We're going to divide both sides by negative 8. All terms. We end up with y equals negative 1/8 x plus 4 all squared minus 1. Now we're going to be able to find all of the pieces of the parabola from this equation. We know the vertex is the opposite of h and k. So we have negative 4, negative 1. The formula to find c, that distance between the vertex and the focus, and the vertex and the directrix, comes from this leading coefficient. A equals 1 over 4c. In this equation, a is negative 1/8. We have a proportion, so we can cross multiply. Negative 4c is equal to 8c is negative 2. We'll start by graphing the vertex at negative 4, negative 1. Our parabola opens down because a is negative, so we know that the focus is going to be 2 units down from the vertex. So this is our focus. And the directrix is a line 2 units in the opposite direction. So here's the directrix. Focus is the point negative 4, negative 3. The directrix is the line passing through the y-axis at positive 1. So y equals 1. Now we need the length of the lattice. It's 4 times c units long. It's a length, so it's going to be positive. Lattice is 4 times 2, 8 units. Across the focus, 4 to each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's our parabola. The axis of symmetry. It's going to pass through the vertex and the focus. It's a vertical line. Crossing the x-axis at -4. So the axis of symmetry is x equals -4. It will also be the point that the part of the coordinate that the vertex and the focus have in common.